Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing stages 129 to 134 of the Agora models and Hachette Partworks release and build the RMS Titanic. Now with Agora models, this obviously comes in packs and we're now on the last two packs. So this is the penultimate pack that we're doing here. There is a lot to do in this, but if you think there's a lot to do this time, you wait to see the next pack. In fact, the next pack is so big, I think I'm going to break it down by stages rather than packs. But we're going to try and get on with this today. But before we do, a couple of housekeeping things. First off, we've got to build a lot more of those cranes. So I'm actually going to skip over that today and show you what they look like completed because we've already done 3 of them. Let me just show you that actually. Obviously, they look like that here. Now, I think it's very important on this channel that if things go wrong or some things aren't right, that I actually show you them. And that's here. Look, you can see it's curling up at the side here, this wood. Now, what I can do is just flatten that down again and it will stick, no problems at all. Eventually, it's going to come up again with heat, summer, winter, seasons. It's just going to bow up. So I'm going to show you how to stop that today. I'm also going to show you how I polish this or clean this and keep this free of dust. So the dust thing, I just use Mrs. Welder Wayne's makeup brush. It's gentle enough to be able to get through all of these parts, as you can see, without knocking them off. So I can actually just go over everything here and dust that. Now this has been sitting on the side for a while. So that's how I clear the dust off. Now, the technique I'm about to show you where we're keeping the decking down, I actually used on this part here. So it's only this part that I'm going to need to do it on. And what you need to do is let it lift up at the side, because you can't really do this technique without it lifted up just a little bit there. And get yourself some wood glue. Now I'm using Gorilla wood glue here. I do have a little pot just to put some of this in. So let's just get some of this in here now. And this is the thing now that is going to make the difference. So what you're going to do, you don't need to glue the whole thing. It's only going to curl up at the side. So put some wood glue on here around this whole section where it's curling up. Try and get all the way under there. Let's do the same on the other side. There we go, covered that well there. Now you'll be thinking, Wayne, this is easy, you're just going to stick it down now. No, I'm not going to stick it down. I'm going to leave it just like that for a good 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to bring over the bow and just give this a dust as well. Because we are going to be making some cranes for this section here. Now the reason I've left it is because with wood glue it's too liquidy to start off with. For that to stick it needs to be tacky, so I do need it to start curing before I put the deck down. Then when you put the deck down that won't be coming up again, trust me. But thought I'd get that out of the way because when I showed you those cranes you're going to be like, Wayne, the deck's bowing. But we've solved that problem. If you want to get this for yourself, now in the US and Canada it's available for Agora models, and I believe it's still available through Hachette Partworks in the UK, but you will have to check your territory. I have put a link in the video description, and there's also that QR code on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So, what I mentioned before, in stage 129, this is the magazine here, and as you can see, we are now making another one of these cranes. Now, we're going to be doing this a few times because we've got, as I said, some in the bow to do, and we're putting that last one into the poop deck there. We have got to put a little light fitting in here as well, and then I'm going to have to go into the house because I haven't bought this part in to actually just put this cross brace in just like that. So this is going to be a multi-location shoot today. So that's what we're doing in that stage. Now this has been sitting around for a good 5 minutes now, so I am now going to push this down along the edges. Now, as you can see, we do have 3 cranes already done here. Now, if you want to see me do these, I actually do them in the last 2 packs. So check the playlist and you'll be able to see how I do all of these. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to create the crane for this pack, but I'm also going to do the cranes for all the other packs as well. So when it comes to actually doing them, you're going to be able to see that. I think this one here isn't tacky enough, so I'm just going to help it along with a clamp. It's taken 40 minutes to do all three of these. So that's that one there, and this one here. Okay, what I want to do is bring over this poop deck. I'm just going to keep the clamps on for a second. Now we've got two details here which are very similar. But it's this one that I want. It's going to be going in here just like that there. I'm going to be holding that in with AP screws. So just holding that in here. And I'll get these in. That looks good. And then the other one that we've got here is just going to go at the back. Like that. And again, AP screws. And there you go. That's how that's looking. All I've got to do then is just take the last crane here. It's going to go into the position just here. So it's symmetrical to the one that we've got just there. Once again, AP screws to hold that into place. And we need two of these. And that is perfect. And that's how that's looking. I can put that to one side. And basically, I'm going to be taking some AM screws. One of these clips. I've got two. I only need one of these clips. And I also need this section here because I'm going to change location and go into the house. So here is the Titanic here, and the cross brace that I've got here looking like this is just going to be going over this point just here like that, and it's held in with two AM screws each side, and as you can see they're in. And then the clip we're going to be putting down into this section here just behind this clip just there. Now to get to that we may have to remove this cross brace, but it's going to go on the brass rod that we can see. If I can focus this, there we go, just there. And I've zoomed up really close now, but as you can see that clip is now in place. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So this is stage 130. And as you can see, we've got to make another crane. This is the first bow crane. And putting this into position just like this. And then we're going to be adding some details to this section here. So quite a little bit to do in this stage. Looks like we've got to put another clamp in the front, which means we're going on location again. So obviously I've already made that crane, as you can see here. Let me go bring over the bow deck, looking just like this. Now this is going to be going into the position just here. Now you do have one bigger hole, one smaller hole, so that's how you can locate that round. It's held in with AP screws. So I do need two of these in here. Let's get these in. So once that's in, I can put that to one side. So bringing over the poop deck again, I've got a couple of bollards to put in first. Now these are going to go into the positions just here, so one there, and I am going to probably glue these in, and one at the other side opposite there. Then I've got these valves to put in. So I'm going to put these into the positions they're going to go. So one there, one here. These ones don't need to be glued in. And then just in the middle here. So one here. And one this side. Now if you are following along in the instructions, you will notice I'm doing this slightly different, because I want to put all the benches in last. I've got the secondary anchor here. That's going to go into the position just at the front. And again, just seeing if it needs glue. I don't think I am going to glue that. And now I've got to put all the benches in. Now, everywhere you see a slot here, the benches are going to go in. And we're going to have half going this way, half going that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these benches in, and I'll show you what that looks like. So that's all of them in place, but as you can see, I am missing a bench. Now, I did have to go and stop the video just to check to see how many I did have. I should have had 8. I only had 7, so I will get in touch with Agora and see if I can get another bench sent to me. So now, I'm just going to go into the house, and we're going to be fitting these. Okay, this time the brackets are going to be going onto the points here and here. So let me get them on with AM screws. And as you can see, they're all into position. That's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, so this is stage 131. Here's the instructions. And as you see, got to make another crane. Already done that. See why it works now, can't you? Attaching this to the deck, just like this. And again, we are going to be adding some more details onto that deck, as you can see there. We're also going to be adding that cross brace, which means we're on location again. So once again, let's bring this over. And I'm going to be putting this crane into this position. Remember, there is a certain way round this goes. So it's fitting flush in there. It's held in with the AP screws. That's perfect. That's into place. So that's all the cranes now fitted. But we are now going to be putting some more details on the poop deck. So let's bring that back over. And on this section here, I've got some more bollards to put in. So I am going to put these in with glue. And just remember, what we do on one side, we're going to be doing on the other. So they're just going into the backs here. So that's those two in. I've got two going in at the back. So now that looks like that. I've got a winch, which is just going to go in here. Just like that. Just checking, that's quite tight in there. And I've got some single bollards here. These just clip in. 1 and 2. And finally, I've got this larger detail just going in the middle here. Perfect. You can glue them in. I haven't glued them because they're quite tight. I don't intend on playing with it, if that makes sense. What I am going to glue, though, is the next sections, which are these crane boom supports, they're called. I'm just going to put some glue just on the bottoms. They're going to go into here. They look like tripods. So one there and one this side here. Perfect. So I can put that to one side, put the lid on my glue because we're going on location back into the house again. And that's because of these brackets that we put in. I'm now going to be putting this part just on top. It's going to go in like this. And just like we did for this side here, it's going to be held in with AM screws. And as you can see, that's all in place, and that's all there is to do in that stage. So, stage 132. Let's see what we've got. Things are getting busy here. Look, we've got a pin vise because we're going to start putting some eyes in, which are going to be for the rigging. And we've got some more benches here. So I'm going to be putting some more benches into place here. Lots and lots of details to put in. Then I'm going to be loading up the pin vise by the look of it. Once all of these details are in, I'm going to be drilling some holes into some certain sections here, which does mean I need to bring over the main decks to get that hole drilled into there. And then I'm going to be starting to put these eyes in. This is going to be a big old stage by the look of it. So here we go, stage 132. Let's get all of this open. When I was checking for that missing bench, it is advisable to do this. Once you've emptied the bag, feel it with your fingers because there can be things hidden in the bag, but I've definitely checked that this time. Okay, bringing this back over again, we've got 10 benches to put in this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I still have that missing bench there. So I'm going to get all of these in now. So there you go, that's all those benches in. As you can see, I'm still missing that one bench just there, but that's how that looks. Lots more details to put in now. I've got these single bollards to go in. Now they're going to go into the really big holes that we can see here. Just checking how they fit. They are quite tight, so I'm not going to worry about gluing these. Lots of details on this deck. I've got some more bollards to put in. Just go along these edges here. So we just do symmetrical sides. And we've got these two positions just here. We've got 5 vent valves to put in. So they're all going like this. They're all facing in that direction. I'll make sure they're all facing in the right direction. Just like that. Excellent. And I've got a winch. Another winch just to put in here. Just checking how much that fits quite tight again. I can lift it up by that. So I'm not going to glue that in. You can if you wanted to. This time I will be putting some glue just on the bottom of this detail here, which again is a crane boom support. That's going to go into the center just there. Then I've got these tiny details here. One's going there, and the other one just on the other side over here. Push down nice and tight. Yep, that's nice and tight in there as well. So that is looking really good. You wouldn't even notice that I've got one bench missing. Unless I pointed it out, I suppose. Okay, put that to one side. And what I want to do is I want to take this pin vise, and it comes with a little drill bit. I want to put the drill bit just in here. What you want to do is push the drill bit just into there, put that back in, and then secure that into place by putting the top on. Now we're going to be using this to drill a hole. Now the hole I need to drill is actually on the main deck, so I'm going to go get it. And what I want to do is I want to drill a hole just here. Now the dimensions should be 16 mils from this side and 4 mils from this edge here. So I've got that where that needs to be. So I'm going to hold this from the top and drill a hole like this. Just rotating it around. You might have to keep taking it out just to clean it, because obviously it's going to get bunged down with plastic. But as you can see, I've just broken through there. So we have got a hole just there. Now I'm going to turn this round. We're going to look at the other side. And once again, I'm going to be drilling a hole just here. Now this is 22 millimeters in from one side and then 2 millimeters in from the edge here. So this is where this is going. Again, I'll drill another hole. And there we go. That's that one in there as well. Now what we can do is take this drill bit out here, undo the full pin vise, and we're going to turn it round, have a bigger side, because we're going to be putting this little adapter in now, which is going to enable us to put some eye screws in. So that goes in there. Actually, let's put that on first, then tighten it up. So that looks like that. Now, we've got these PP screws. We want to put them into this pin vise now and start screwing them into the holes that we can see. So I'm just going to turn this back around. Now, do you remember that hole we had there? We're going to be putting one of these PP screws, which has got an eye hole, into the hole we've just created. Best to do that with some tweezers. And I'm going to be screwing this eyelet into place. Just like that. Don't worry too much about the direction of it at the moment, because I guarantee when we start doing the rigging for this, we're going to be moving around just so we can actually get our rigging line in here. So I've got that one into place there. The second one I'm going to put in is just here. So again, tweezers to put it in the hole, and then use the pin vise to screw this in. Then I'm going to be doing 5 this side, 5 the other side. I had an extra one, so I've put that in the back there. But they're all in. That's all there is to do in that stage. Now, I think I'm going to leave it there today. The reason for that is there's 2 more stages of this pack. One stage we're going to be doing the side panel for the engine bay. But the other stage we're going to be putting a lot of decals on the Titanic. Now, I don't think I'm going to be putting them on. I'm not convinced it had the yellow line. I know the Olympic did and all of that, but there is a big argument in the community that the Titanic unlike all the other White Star ships, had that yellow trim line going around, or gold trim line, whatever you want. So they are on decals. I wouldn't be using the decals anyway. I have got some yellow trim tape, which kind of looks like this. I have got a thinner version of this. I just wanted to give you an idea of what that is. But I'm still debating whether I'm going to do that or not. So that's why I'm ending it now while I have a think about it. And you can convince me in the comments that it definitely did have a yellow trim. But trust me, if you use AI and look at Wikipedia and all of that, a lot of people don't think so. A lot of artists have drawn it in, but I don't think that the original Titanic had it. But we will find out. Anyway, I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.